Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Kia K5 GT.
And a big thanks to George and the rest of the management and staff here at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for George.
And as most of you guys probably know by now, the K5 replaced the Optima as Kia's midsize sedan back in 2021. Seeing some minor changes along the way with a facelift this year for 2025, featuring new headlamps, taillights, and a major redesign for the interior. The non-GT trim levels no longer come standard with Kia's 1.6-liter turbo four-cylinder, instead opting back to the tried and proven 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder. The GT still getting the monster 2.5 turbo four-cylinder. For 2025, the K5 is available in 4 trim levels. We already reviewed the bargain GT line and the top of the line EX. Here we have the top performing GT, which is about $1,500 less than the EX with an additional 100 horsepower, an additional 130 pound-feet of torque, and a base price of $33,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So first thing you notice, we get the updated headlamps, still with the traditional Kia style orange daytime running light, slight tweaks to the grille, updated Kia badge. We've had that since 2022. Full front parking sensing, no forward facing camera panel for our advanced safety features. I appreciate the LED fog lights in each corner. As far as the lighting, I do think it looks really good. I just still wish that Kia replaced those orange daytime runners with traditional colored LEDs. The wheel and tire setup's a little bit upgraded compared to the standard GT line. We get the black and silver contrasted 19-inch rims wrapped in Pirelli P0 all-season tires. Dimensions are 245/40 R19. This is probably the downfall of this car. The 245 wide tires should be theoretically wide enough, but the all seasons, no limited slip differential, it's not the best when it comes to putting the power down, because this 2.5-liter turbo makes a lot of power. Almost 300 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque, should have at least a limited slip differential, and this would become an awesome sports sedan. It's already an awesome sports sedan. It's just you got to be a little bit mindful of the throttle in the lower gears. We get a green contrasted multi-piston GT brake caliper up front, black contrasted mirrors with an LED turn signal on them, blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger, black window trim for the lower portion with some shiny aluminum up top. Very large panoramic moonroof, shark fin style antenna. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile in this 2025 K5 GT. With the subtle tweaks, especially for the rear end styling, I see a little bit of a similarity to the outgoing Stinger, which was, as you guys know, my favorite Kia ever produced. The rear wheel and tire setup, same thing as up front. We get the green contrasted brake caliper. It's just a single piston. I'll take a quick look at the window sticker here for this 2025 K5 GT 2.5T front wheel drive. With the yacht blue metallic paint color, black interior, standard features for the GT line, which we've already reviewed on this channel, and everything we get additionally with the GT. Starting with a 2.5-liter turbo, 8-speed DCT, 19-inch rims, panoramic moonroof, LED interior lighting, GT Sport design steering wheel, paddle shifters, rear vents, sport tune suspension, quad-tip exhaust, and GT-specific brakes with neon calipers. Not sure how I feel about the neon calipers, but they definitely differentiate themselves from the rest of the lineup. $185 for the floor mats, 27 combined MPGs, 23 in the city, 33 on the highway, $11.55 for the destination, totals us out at $34,430. Unbelievable value considering what we get here and the performance. There are some improvements that I think could be made, but then we're also going to be looking at a much higher base price. The gas cap's pushed to open, no easy fill. I'd recommend sticking with premium fuel for this 2.5-liter turbo. We get LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights, aluminum K5 logo in the left corner. Shout out Century Kia of Tampa for helping make this review possible. GT badge on the right corner, rear parking sensing, pretty aggressive diffuser for the GT, and quad exhaust tips. Speaking of the quad exhaust tips, let's fire up this 2.5-liter turbo four-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 2.5-liter turbo four-cylinder sold by Kia for the 2025 K5 GT. And it sounds pretty good, cranking out 290 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque, made to an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, sending the power to the front wheels. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low to mid 5-second range, depending on your launch, making it a no-joke performer, one of the best performance sedans in this price point, if not the best performance sedan in this price point. We could improve on it here and there, but then we also probably wouldn't be in this price point. What you see is basically what we get. The hydraulic struts are appreciated. We can shut this hood right down, take a step back, walk around this yacht blue 2025 Kia K5 GT one more time. And let's take a step inside and see what we get with probably the best value sports sedan out on the road today. Up top, soft touch material, some carbon flash beneath it, leatherette stitching underneath the carbon flash, aluminum door handle, 2-window auto one touch, power windows out rear, and a gushy soft armrest. Nice notch for the design function. We don't get the upgraded Bose system here as a standard feature. It is available. You'll stack 2 footlongs on top of each other. Plastic K5 nameplate as we step inside. We get the perforated leatherette and neon green contrast. The neon green appears to be the styling cue here for the 2025 GT, and it looks good, definitely differentiates itself from the lineup. They're perforated, heated, not ventilated seats. The EX gets standard ventilated seats. We get lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide these buckets. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So outside of the GT specific steering wheel with the aluminum paddle shifter, there's really nothing changes here compared to the GT line we reviewed in this channel. Same audio system, same interior layout. The dual 12.3-inch screens are the major change here for the 2025 interior. Steering wheel still thick, solid 10 and 2, great 9 and 3 with the flat bottom for the GT. Not a rubberized horn area, but it is well textured. The horn, loud and aggressive, people should be getting out of your way. We get dual pane windows here in the K5 GT, that's appreciated. Volume and skip controls, you can hang up and answer your phone calls, AM, FM, and Sirius with the favorites beneath it. Voice commands on the right side, we can adjust this infotainment display. Lane keep assist and our adaptive cruise control. The adjustments alternate between tire pressure, trip computer, compass, and turn-by-turn with our advanced safety feature screen beneath. Temperature outside, mileage, digital speedo, and the tack to the right. 12.3-inch touchscreen is also new for 2025. One of the best overall displays. Kia Hyundai already had one of the best infotainment displays, but this new system completely knocks out of the park. When it comes to a relatively economy company, this is without question the best infotainment screen when compared to like Toyota, Honda, or even Volkswagen, anyone else really in that segment. This is towards the top of the tier. You can see everything else that we have potentially available. My personal favorite screen would be this home screen. The stocks have a very satisfying click. We don't get the blind spot cameras here standard on the GT. We get auto headlamps, auto high beams, fog lights, no auto rain sensing wipers. I believe we had that on the EX, not entirely sure, but we don't have that here on the GT. Tilt and telescoping steering column, interior brightness, you can turn off the traction control, and we get the hydraulic chute for the trunk release. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. All soft touch materials for the dashboard. We get the new media and climate interface. Right now we're looking at the climate interface. You can press this top button and it switches to the media. I personally prefer leaving it in the climate. I personally prefer hard buttons, but we still get the hard buttons for the overall temperature adjustments. So can't necessarily complain. Once you memorize where everything is, I'm sure it's not going to be a big deal. We get 2 USB-C ports, push this button for our 12 volt, and you can alternate the location with the click of a button. A little bit of additional storage, wireless phone charging pad, the gear selector controlling the 8-speed DCT. Very high resolution backup camera, guidance lines, and trajectory. Front and rear parking sensing, no 360. We can adjust the overall settings, go back, adjust the different views. We have an over-the-top view and a wider view to take up the entire screen. Probably my personal favorite to leave it at. It's just we don't get guidance lines or trajectory. Throwing it back into park, we get manual shifts in the gear selector just in an improper direction. Electronic parking brake, you turn off the parking sensors with auto hold. You press this button right over here to access the camera at all times. Drive mode selector, our drive modes include My Drive, Normal, and Sport. We'll start off in Sport, try it out in Normal and see what the differences are. Heated front seats, you'll fit 24 and a 32-ounce water bottle. Some additional storage for a phone or wallet. Nice soft leatherette armrest. We can open it up, decently spacious. You'll fit 10, maybe 12 12-ounce bottles in there with an additional USB-C port. The glove box is damp, not lined felt, decently large though. You'll fit 25 license plates, easily fit 2 pairs of shoes. It's a pretty thin frame rear view mirror. It's not auto dimming. You got to pull this flappy thing to dim it. Interior lights are LED. Mentioned the massive panoramic moonroof. The shade opens up really quickly. The glass follows it. And the glass also opens up very quickly. See if it goes out any further. It does not. But towards the end of the front row, we can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida. Sunny and 72 degrees according to this 2025 K5. We'll shut this glass right up, leave the shade open, so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat, at least, of this 2025 Kia K5 GT. As soon as I figure out where the grab handle is, we'll take a step out back, see how much space is offered back here. I don't know why exactly that's there, but check out the overall quality of the materials. They're soft touch materials up top. That's a big thumbs up to Kia Hyundai. Some plastic underneath it with some leatherette stitching with the green neon contrast, gushy soft armrest, power window, aluminum door handle, small K5 step-in plate. The second row seats, the padding goes all the way out to the door frame, so very couch-like, still perforated with the neon green contrast. Legroom looks solid. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have 5 inches of knee room, headroom, about 1.5 inches. So if you're under 6'4", 6'5", you shouldn't have any issues sitting behind your seat settings in the K5, which says a lot for a mid-size sedan. Map pockets behind both the front seats, air vents, big thumbs up. We get 2 USB-C ports underneath, pass-through for the exhaust system. It's not a rear-wheel drive system, so I kind of wish it was designed with a smaller pass-through, but that's my only complaint with this interior. It says volumes about this car. The interior lights are LED. We get a hook for both the grab handles, perfect for a suit or a dress. Really got to jab your hand into this armrest area, but it's a decently soft armrest. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles. Decent amount of light brought into the cabin thanks to this massive panoramic moonroof too. And that's about it for the second row. Let's hop out into the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2025 K5 GT out for a drive. So you press this button, we get a hydraulic chute for this lift gate. It's not electric, so it doesn't close for you, but it's still nice to get the hydraulic chute with the hinges being covered, so you don't have to worry about crushing your cargo. We get latches to fold the second row seats down 60-40 split with a pretty wide pass-through. I'd expect you to fit a 65-inch TV through here and a very large overall cargo space. I'll leave a link right here, show you exactly how much space. Large opening. Check out, see if there's any secret storage down here. A little bit surrounding your spare tire. It's not a full-size spare, but it'll get you out of some sticky situations if need be. We can shut this trunk right down, take a step back, walk around this 2025 K5 GT one more time. Probably my favorite sports sedan on the road today for the money. Well under 35,000 bucks, even after destination. With a couple $1,000s in potential discounts, I wouldn't be surprised if you can get this around that price point out the door. It'll take some negotiation, but you'll get one of the best value sports sedans out on the road, not just when it comes to loadedness with features, but also performance. Speaking of performance, let's take this 2025 K5 GT out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Kia K5 GT. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, steering is pretty light, even in sport mode. I wish it was a little bit heavier, but it's sharp and direct. Throttle response is good. Oh, barely even on the throttle. Definitely does not feel like a regular K5. The power increase here with the GT is tremendous considering the difference in price. DCT doesn't really feel like it needs much engagement. Ooh, that boost, once that boost kicks in, second gear, third gear, it can get those tires a little bit squirrely. And sport mode definitely keeps you in the optimal gear. Running over the bumps too, the ride quality is good. The Sport Tune suspension doesn't compromise the stiffness or comfort in this vehicle at all. It almost feels more comfortable than the GT line we reviewed in this channel. Brakes feel very good. The brakes don't feel super upgraded. Taking a step out here, about half throttle. Woo! Yeah, this thing flies. Brakes do the job. You can try out these manual shifts. Good response. Very quick shifts, but the paddles aren't super instant. Oh, on the gas. It's a lot quicker. I wouldn't be surprised if this power plant is actually underrated. First gear. Second gear on the gas. It's a fast car. Third gear, it pulls. Road noise you do hear a little bit on the concrete pavement, but it is concrete pavement. What do you expect? Rev match downshifts are just about instant. I mean, it's a very fun car. You won't hear any complaints from me when it comes to how much fun this thing is. Refinement could be a little bit better, but then we're not going to be talking about a sub $35,000 base price. Let's try one out off the line. We'll start in first gear. I'll try to get a good launch. That means not flooring it, but on the gas. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's not easy to get a good launch, so you either got to just not care and floor it, and then replace your tires probably once a season, or you're going to have to be very, very mindful of your foot. Either way, it's a very, very powerful car, but if you want to use all that power carelessly, you will be going through tires at a quicker rate than you would with most other sports sedans. You can also upgrade to a summer performance tire. That will help tremendously, like the Hyundai Sonata N-Line. It's available with summer tires, and I've heard that it helps that car tremendously. It's just this car does not come with that from the factory. Body roll, just about non-existent. Turning radius is sharp. About half throttle. Oh, good power. Yeah. Power is definitely there. We can take it out of sport mode. Hopefully you guys get the point. Normal mode immediately idles us down. And if I remember correctly, normal mode in this car also makes the wheel spin a little bit less because the initial throttle input's not as aggressive. For that reason, unless you're showing off to your friends or on a back road, you want to use the paddle shifters, whatnot, I leave it in normal mode for daily driving. Yes, it won't make the paddles as interesting, you won't make the throttle as responsive, but as a result, the wheels aren't going to be chirping and squirreling nearly as frequently. You'll be able to use a little bit more of that right foot. I wouldn't say in a careless manner, but you're not going to have to be as mindful of your right foot. This is half throttle. No wheel spin and you're still taking off. This power plant is really strong. We'll open her up a little bit more on this multiple lane highway, try out the lane keep assist feature, and then get this thing back to Century Kia of Tampa. And again, huge thanks to them for making this review possible. On the gas, wow. It is a rocket ship. Real world turning radius test, the brakes feel good. On the gas. Yeah. Lane keep assist, take our hands off the wheel. Even in the areas that get a little bit sketchy, it is incredible how refined this vehicle is. And this new lane keep assist feature is actually a little bit refined for the 2025 updated K5. It's not just a lane keep assist feature, it's a lane centering assist feature. So as long as there's lines on both sides of the road, it won't just keep you bouncing back and forth, it'll actually keep you centered in the lane. It gets sketchy here. Let's see if it keeps us through. Yep, even in the sketchier areas where the line's just about non-existent, this lane keep assist feature is probably the best in the business. So when it comes to advanced safety features, when it comes to standard technology and top of the line brute performance, it's really hard to argue that with a $33,000 base price, this is not the best sports sedan out on the road today. It clearly is. For $33K, you're getting almost 300 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. You're getting this beautiful interior with updated tech. Feels good, spacious. You can comfortably seat 5 adults that are over 6 foot in this car. At $33,000, it's really hard to argue that this is the best sports sedan out on the road today. If you want something a little bit nicer, a little bit more refined, there's plenty of options available. It's just you're not going to be getting it for $33,000. At $33,000, if you're looking for the best available premium sports sedan out on the road today, this 2025 K5 GT is exactly that, and I would 100% recommend checking one out. And a big thanks to George and the rest of the management and staff here at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for George. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel's just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel. and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.